The best thing about our awards is not only do we get great people who win the awards, we get great people to come and give out the awards. So we are very pleased and honored to have Dr. Bob Bell with us tonight. Dr. Bell is Ontario's Deputy Minister of Health and Long-Term Care. He's an internationally recognized orthopedic surgeon, a healthcare executive, a clinician scientist, and educator, and he was appointed to his position as Deputy Minister in 2014. It certainly has been a busy week, I can imagine, for Dr. Bell, so we would like to thank him for making time to be with us tonight at this awards gala.
Thank you, Jason. For those of you who didn't get the comment, I got a new boss this week. And certainly on behalf of the Honorable Helena Jasic, it's a real honor to be here. Thank you for the invitation. And I'd really like to recognize the work that you all do in providing our Ministry of Health and Long-Term Care and the people who work in our ministry and the people who depend on our ministry to provide them care with a sickness and improving their health. I really want to recognize the terrific work that you do in bringing cost-saving, sustainable innovation to our patients, the great inventive work that you do, the hard work that you do in making us aware of your products and the opportunities that you present. Thank you very much for the work that LSO does on a daily basis. And it's a real personal pleasure for me to be able to introduce to you the Lifetime Achievement Award winner, because Ilse and I sort of started the stage of our careers at the same time about 12 years ago. Ilse was looking at this beautiful building, of course, developed in an amazing way, a beautiful way at the site where the first dose of insulin was provided to a human being in the world, and and her team have done such a wonderful job in redeveloping this. And UHN, the hospital I was working at the time, had taken a rather big bet on becoming, I think, your first major tenant and leasing 400,000 square feet of empty space. And I remember wandering around this wonderful new complex with Ilse, and Ilse, I think, was wondering, this is beautiful, but how are we going to lease it all? And I was looking at this wonderful tower and thinking, this is beautiful, but how are we going to use it all? And my goodness gracious, 12 years later, Ilse, what a wonderful, wonderful contribution you've created for Ontario. Ilse has taught us about the importance of community in innovation, of bringing people together from diverse backgrounds, the power of orthogonal thinking, bringing people together who think in different ways to address problems in life science and other areas of challenge and technology that we're all depending on for our future and our children's future. And you know, when you look at what Ilse's community has created, when I simply look at the enterprises that UHN's been involved with Blue Rock, with Northern Biologics, with Triphase, also the investment of many hundreds of millions of dollars of direct foreign investment into the life science community on the corner of college and university. Ilse, your sense of community has simply inspired us all. The other thing I know is very significant in receiving this award is two prior award winners of the Lifetime Achievement Award were people who inspired both of us, Ilse Jo Rotman and Dr. John Evans, people who Ontario owes so much to in terms of the generosity, the inspiration, and the hard work and endeavor that they brought to us, and it's so appropriate that you follow in their footsteps in winning this award. So Ilse, from a personal perspective, congratulations to you, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're about to watch a video, if I'm not mistaken, Jason, that's going to run right now. Please, let's learn about what Ilse Treurnicht has brought to Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Dr. Ilse Treurnicht on LSO's Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bell, for those very generous remarks. Thank you, Jason, to the LSO board and to this entire community for this recognition. I'm very humbled and very grateful. But I have to admit to a slight minor existential unease in receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award. It seems a little bit like a signal that your expiry date is coming up, which of course is sobering because there's so much more to do. Most importantly, though, I don't deserve this award, and it doesn't belong to me personally. It belongs to our incredible, amazing, entire Mars community. And yes, that includes the visionary founders, and among them, John Evans, Cal Stiller, Joe Rotman, and others, Susan Smith, Ken Knox, and others who've been honored by LSO in the past. But it also, of course, includes our academic partners, our government partners, our business sector partners, our community partners, the incredible team of Martians, current and former, who worked absolutely tirelessly to make the dream of Mars a reality. And very specially, it belongs to the scientists and the innovators and the entrepreneurs that are at the hot core of our community. And furthermore, Mars itself, as a catalyst and as an amplifier, could not exist without a much larger, robust life sciences community and an ecosystem that is represented in this room tonight and must flourish across the entire province. Because everybody here knows that life sciences innovation is not a solo sport. It's not figure skating. Some would say it's more like team-based extreme sports, an endurance race. And in fact, intersectoral collaboration is the only way in which we can do three things that matter. Come up with new, often highly specialized solutions, and develop and test them from ideas and inventions into viable, tangible innovations. The second is building great Canadian companies from those products and services that can scale globally. And the third, equally important, is to test and use those solutions here at home for the benefit of Canadians and as a launch pad to international markets. All three of these things are vital if we are to maximize the impact of life sciences innovation for Canadians and for our economy. All of it is hard, and all of it requires all of us. And I wish I could acknowledge tonight all of the people who have played such a critical role in building this ecosystem. My gratitude to you is absolutely enormous. But thanking all of you individually would take us deep into the night. So instead, let's perhaps pause for a moment and just reflect on how far we've come in the last 15 to 20 years. Let's say since bio last came to Ontario. And let's spend that time to also renew our commitment to future success, to create something really, truly powerful here in Ontario. Because we absolutely must set our sights very, very high for this next phase of our ecosystem. This is such an extraordinary moment for the life sciences sector. This is the century of biology. This is the century of convergence. And this is a spectacular moment for us to capitalize on the breakthrough discoveries of the last 2-3 decades and those that are unfolding as step changes right now as we speak. Targeted precision therapies, gene editing tools, and truly advanced analytics leveraging machine learning, to name just a few. And the global market opportunity is also exploding, with pressure on the health systems of developed countries as their populations age, as costs escalate, and as new treatment paradigms come into use. Plus, the absolutely insatiable demand of citizens in emerging markets looking for new breakthrough modern health solutions, safe and nutritious food, and a more sustainable planet. We've never been better positioned globally. And the need for true innovation has never been greater. In products and services, yes, but also in system-level interventions that put people and citizens at the center, that are digitally enabled and data-powered. New system-level interventions that encompass new care models, new funding models, and new paradigms of collaboration between the public and private sector along every step of the innovation life cycle. Innovation as usual, is not working in life sciences right now globally, and that is a massive opportunity. Because when exponential technologies, user demand, societal impact, and business model innovation collide and begin to converge, transformation at scale suddenly becomes possible. Of course, we all know that the competition to meet those needs and to capitalize on those opportunities will be fierce. Many countries have made life sciences the cornerstone of their economic strategies. And many leading cities are now building innovation hubs like Mars and regional networks to mobilize their science assets, to mobilize their talent, and to mobilize their smart money. And there is a lot more we need to do if we truly want to compete and win. Unleashing more capital to fuel growth is still a challenge, which is why the announcement tonight has been so important. We still aren't using all of our talent to its full potential. And yes, I am talking about women in this sector. And I must say that as long as our health systems operate in silos inside our provincial borders and across our country, we will continue to stifle innovation, frustrate healthcare professionals, innovators, and citizens alike. We need to find ways to reward value in a more integrated manner to unlock the full potential of the system for Canadians and for our economy. These challenges are real, but here's the good news. Thanks to the vision and the hard work of every one of you in this room and so many others in the public, private, and not-for-profit sectors, everything necessary to respond to those needs are here, right now, in Ontario. That was not true when we started this journey, and this is an extraordinary time for our sector. Personally, I felt truly privileged over the years to be part of this incredibly talented, incredibly dedicated, and incredibly compassionate group of people, and particularly through this phase of growth and building. And I'm very humbled to be here tonight and receive this recognition. Thank you to LSO, and thank you to all of you for being here and celebrating with me. Thank you.